Based on a play, and I come from theater. My partner is a documentary filmmaker, and he chose it because of the elements of documentary that are in it. We really wanted to shoot it like a documentary originally. At first, I was resistant to producing a film about 3 white men, and eventually I was convinced because it's so close to my heart because of the theater element to it, and it's based on a lot of true Canadian theater history. So the combination of the documentary angle and the theater history angle, and the fact that my partner and I wanted to make a film together is what inspired us to do this.
What is the origin of the story?
Well, it's a play that was written in 1999 by Michael Healy. And in 1972, a group of actors went into Huron County in Ontario, which is the farmland that you saw. And they did exactly that. They lived with farmers and made up a play called The Farm Show. And The Farm Show toured Canada, and it was instrumental in Canadian theater. And an actor that was involved in that was Miles Potter, Miles. And the director that played the director with the big white beard is the director, Paul Thompson, from 1972. So the origin is, in real life, a bunch of actors went, am I screaming into this microphone? No. Okay, thank you. A bunch of actors really did go and live with farmers, but the Angus and Morgan side of the story is fictional. That's the play part that Michael Healy wrote.
Does the play have the same name as the film?
It does, yeah. And it's the most produced Canadian play, and one of the most produced plays in the US as well. Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously, you had some very talented actors in this, but even with that final scene is impressive. I mean, from a filmmaking standpoint, you could just explain a little bit how long that took, and so because I'm watching it going, how did they manage to pull all this huge, long, and complicated scene and keep everybody in the scene for that amount of time?
Thanks. I think it's a testament to stage actors, because we're used to doing a whole play. Film actors are used to doing half a page of dialogue, and then it's cut, and you can go look at your lines again.
Right.
But with a stage actor, you have to be able to maintain that for 2+ hours. So it's a testament to those actors to be able to sustain that. We didn't do too many takes, and we didn't do too much coverage. So we did the wide shot, and then we would come in and do just one-on-one on each of them, and maybe we did 2 takes of each actor. Does that answer your question? Yeah.
So I have a question about, you said that the play, written by Healy, is the story of Angus and Morgan. So the play doesn't have the actors and Miles' part in it?
It does. The fictional part is Morgan and Angus. The true part that is in the play as well is based on truth. Like Miles actually did go and live with farmers.
Can you just talk about the casting and was there rehearsal, and had these actors done a play before or recently prior to this?
The actors had not done the play. They had seen the play a few times, and it's quite iconic in Toronto. David Fox and Jerry Franken originally performed the part, and they're still alive. And I know both Stuart and Richard felt intimidated by doing the part. We auditioned only stage actors, and when we auditioned, we made the actors play both parts, so we could really play with the dynamic and often on stage, the character of Angus is played a bit more goofy. Like there's more references to him being simple, and he gets a lot of laughs. And we decided in the casting process, there was a moment where we were like, do we cast Stuart, who's a really fine actor, or do we cast this guy who's a fine actor and really a clown? Do we make it a comedy, or do we make it a drama? And we chose to make it a drama. Obviously, it's you know, there's stuff that's, you can't escape, it's funny. And we rehearsed really for 2 days on set and did 1 day of like kind of workshop-y reading stuff. But again, in theater, you're used to workshopping on your feet and doing cuts and edits as you go. And that's how we worked, and we were all comfortable in that medium, working like that. Does that answer your question?
It's funny, I was watching it and I had a little familiarity with the play.
Yeah.
But for a moment I was flashing back to Pinter's play, Gus and Ben and the Dumbwaiter. It was the two characters were similar just for a minute, and then it diverged into that beautiful piece we just saw. Just curious, how long was your shooting schedule?
We did 3 weeks, so 5 days on, 2 days off, for 3 weeks. Thanks.
Hi.
Hi.
Over here.
Hi.
Several of the scenes went to black, or you went to black. Was that to connote the different scenes from the play, or were you trying to convey a different mood?
A bit of both. It was just to get a bit of breath between the scenes, a bit of a break for us as an audience member. The montage that's in there is an act break between Act 1 and Act 2 of the play. But the going to black is yeah, it's partly it's scenes, a scene break, and just for us as an audience to have a little bit of a neutral palate cleanser. Yeah.
Can you just talk about what you did to adapt it to film, either cinematically or editorially, or going in and what coming out?
Thanks. So what we did to adapt it to a film, it's pretty true to the film, to the play version. What we added was the scenes of rehearsal. So any additional characters outside of the 3 men we've added, but we used text from the farm show. So all that rehearsal stuff is really in the play, The Farm Show. Mostly the adaptation was about editing, because as you can tell, it's very text heavy, and you can show a lot more than you can tell on stage. So we did a lot of cuts, both on site and then in the editing room. And the ending is a slightly different, like I said, it was the ending in the script. Miles has gone out to the barn, not upstairs, and he comes back and he says that he's screwed up the whole dairy operation. Like he screwed up the milk and he's screwed it up, and I'm so sorry. He says the part where he's like, I'm an actor, I play at things, when he's saying I can't tell you the story. You know what I just did? I went outside and I broke the milking machine. And then at the end of the play, Morgan goes outside, and the last few lines of the play are Morgan going like, he milked all the cows, he tricked us, he didn't, and it's very funny on stage, but the actors and I felt like it was a bit too hokey, like theater, summer theater feel to it. So that was a big edit, I guess. You know, it wasn't really a big edit, but it does change the feeling of it. It doesn't end on a like, ah. So that was it, but it's quite true to the script, the play.
We have time for one more question.
I have the microphone, but someone else might have a better question. I just wanted to ask, do you think the drawer forgot the real story in the morning? Do you think the drawer kept the original story or kept the real story?
Like going forward, you mean?
Yeah.
I like to think he kept the real story. What do you think?
Yes.
Yeah? I like to think that theater broke him in a good way, changed him. Thank you very much.